Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video, with another topic. I hope everyone's well. I was going to make this yesterday, but I decided to chill yesterday, so I didn't really do much. I had a really, if you like, lazy day or demotivated day. Because it was the 7th, I suppose I took it a bit too literally, like rest on the 7th. Anyway, I'm going to try and get to the point. I've been thinking about this video for a few days, though, at least. So the idea I've had for possibly maybe a month or so. Anyway, as the title of the video suggests, it's the Indigenous People of the Americas Empowerment Plan. And that's the goal. And I might make a few different ones for different days. So I have to mention, like, I like to do different things on different days. So anyway, I'm going to try and not waffle too much and get on with the plan and why I think it's an important plan. Basically, it's because Indigenous people of the Americas had their land taken away. So I think it's really a positive thing to support them. Anyway, I'm going to try and crack on with my list of ideas or plans for supporting Indigenous people. And as ever, I'd love to hear what you think at the end of the video. Sorry, I've been too lazy to shave and all that. But anyway, so here goes. So number one, I'd love to get together Indigenous people from the Americas. Somehow, like, get all possible Indigenous people from all over the Americas. As I mentioned before, I don't know how many countries are in the Americas. I still haven't looked that up, but perhaps I should. I know in Africa there's like 54 countries. In Asia there's something like 48 or something like that. I'm not sure how many there are in the Americas, but obviously I know I'm not very good at geography, but I have heard of Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile, America obviously itself, Canada, Mexico, and countries like that. But yeah, so I'd love to get all the possible Indigenous people from all of those countries, America itself, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Paraguay, Argentina, Uruguay, and so on and so forth, together somehow, to network them together, and also like friends of those groups. They could be like friends of the Native Americans or friends of the Indigenous people of the Americas. But yeah, so I hope to get them together somehow to support each other and encourage each other and that sort of thing. As much as possible and empower them. Like, part of me does have doubts about whether I could, or even working with other people, like how could we empower Indigenous people from the Americas together to work together, and how could we empower them, like to learn about things like banking or business. But anyway, cracking on with the list. Number two, on that note, I'd love to create streams such as, or programs such as, if you like, teach for Indigenous people of the Americas. Again, not just America itself, but all of the Americas, including Peru, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, all those places I've talked about. Sorry for repeating myself. Sorry for repeating myself. But yeah, so to get them to learn about, like, possibly encouraging people to teach them about banking, how banks work, how businesses work, how to create their own plans and all sorts of things like that, and like teach them about STEM education, things like science, tech, engineering, entrepreneurship, English, communication with the rest of the world, to give them opportunities, maths, entrepreneurship, on enterprise and things like that, and like maybe even encourage banks to teach them, maybe offer tax losses or tax cuts for banks and businesses to invest in them, but also to teach them like how to have their own bank account and how to learn for careers in banking and how banks work and how they can get investment for their businesses and things like that. Number three, I love, like, if organizations and individuals and companies gave them stuff like freebies, or at least reduced price stuff, so like it can help them out. I suppose like a lot of ways I want to help them are financially, because I suppose that's the only way I can think of helping them, but I'd love to hear from them, which I hope to come to. Number four, I'd love it if people of colour, I think it'd be great if people of colour supported, and people from what I call the four supported each other, and instead of like supporting the military, or, you know, this is a bit of a controversial one I was supposed to say, but instead of supporting weapons trade, wars, military industrial complex, royal family and things like that across the world, I think it'd be great if people of colour around the world supported Indigenous people from the Americas, and what I call the four generally, including, as I say, Indigenous people from the Americas, which I hope to focus on supporting in September. And yeah, instead of supporting those sorts of things and imperialistic things, it would be great, I think, if people of colour supported, around the world, supported Indigenous people from the Americas, like funding them, teaching them, training them, mentoring them, and all sorts of things, which I hope to come to. Number 5, I'd love to hear that from them, like their goals, dreams, aspirations. As I said before, like I would love to support them financially and like politically. I think that could help them a lot politically. Like if they had financial clout behind them, they could challenge like people who have taken their land, or water companies taking their water and things like that, included. But I'd love to hear from what their goals are, what their dreams are, like rather than pushing my own ideals. So I think part of empowering them would be to listen to them, listen to their goals, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, and that sort of thing. So maybe they don't want financial support, maybe they want other support, but obviously I can only share what my ideas are. And even though I'm not that materialistic myself, like their spiritual goals or whatever might not be the same as mine. So yeah, but I'd love to listen to them and hear from their goals, aspirations, and like what, but empower them to have careers in STEM and things like that. And as I say, training and that sort of thing. But again, listening to their goals and when they're younger, like what their aspirations would be. Maybe like some of them want to learn about becoming doctors or medicine and things like that. And also, I'm sure they can contribute to the world through their traditional practices and medicine and all that sort of thing. That sort of thing. Before the waters were polluted, obviously they had like they could just drink from the water and things like that. So they had, I'm sure they had, possibly before Europeans came. I know this is debatable, but they probably had a relatively comfortable way of life. Some people dispute that. But anyway, number 6, I'd love to encourage as many people as possible to support them and do the best I can to support them with my ideas. As I say, on different days, I'm probably going to make, like, if I can, I'll make like another version of this tomorrow, but for more to do with writing, because it'd be a Wednesday. As I often do, and that sort of thing. And then on Thursday, like political support and that sort of thing. Number 7, again, I'd love to hear from them, like what their goals are, dreams, or spiritual stuff and that sort of thing. Yeah, whether they want financial support or not, or what sort of financial support they feel they need, or that sort of thing, or listening to other people's ideas about what are the best ways to empower them, empower Indigenous people. But again, our own ideas might be different to their ideas about what empowerment is. Number 8, again, I'd love to encourage people of colour to support Indigenous people from the Americas. Number 9, I hope to like give them some of my notebooks where I write my ideas and somehow perhaps translate those ideas to them and explain what they mean, like give those as presents or gifts, and I hope they will enjoy them and appreciate those gifts. And number 10, I'd love to support their YouTubers, TikTokers, and other such projects, social media projects and things like that, and empower their youth and listen to their goals and dreams, and things like animal rights and things like what an Indigenous people's views on animal rights and youth empowerment, as I say, and things like that. So I was going to make this video yesterday, but I decided to wait till today. I was having a bit of a restful day yesterday, so to speak, and I was like sleeping and being, if you like, a bit lazy, if you want to call it that. But I was hoping today I'd be really, after a rest, I'd be really motivated. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are and whether you think my ideas are naive or not. And if you are an Indigenous person from any part of the Americas and you have access, obviously, to YouTube, and you can, please do comment. But anyway, I'd love to hear from everyone. Or as many people as possible. Anyway, I am out. Peace and love.